Hey champions, it's Arian Tyson here in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm just coming back at you to shoot a video. It's actually been a very cold day here in St. Louis, but it warmed up slightly. But nevertheless, I have just been able to, have a very relaxing and peaceful day. But of course, I'm not going to let the day go by without me shooting a video. I wanted to talk to you today about I wanted to really ask you a question, and the question is, are you exceeding expectations? Let me preface my comments. I went to the barbershop today, as you can probably tell. It's something that I love to do. It's something that it actually makes me feel better. I like to keep myself groomed. Like to, keep myself, as I say, looking presentable, so to speak. And I was talking to my barber, and my barber is a pastor, and I definitely have to give him a shout out. So shout out to Pastor Marlon Adair, who's the pastor of the Golden Paradise Church here in St. Louis. And I had got in the chair, and there was a college football game on today that really, piqued my interest. And I'll put this out there, I am not really a fan of any college sport. I do cheer for the Missouri Tigers because I'm a native Missourian, and I'm a native St. Louisan. So as far as the state of Missouri, Mizzou is pretty much, that's our team. So when it comes to college sports, and so I believe they're like number 5 ranked in the country, so to speak. And then they were facing the Auburn Tigers, and the Auburn Tigers, I believe, is number 3 ranked in the nation. But the thing is, they had just defeated, improbably, they defeated the then number one team in the country, which was the Alabama Crimson Tide. And the game was on at the barbershop, and I got in the chair, and my barber was, we were talking while he was cutting my hair, and he asked me, had I shot a video today? And I said, no, I hadn't shot one yet. I said, normally I shoot them. If I shoot them on a Saturday, I definitely shoot them like right after I leave the barbershop. And we were both watching the game while he was cutting my hair, and we were just talking, and he asked me, what was I going to do a video about? Now, some things that happened today that, I definitely had, I guess you could say, quote unquote, material to talk about. But I told him I hadn't really narrowed it down. But basically, I would have my topic probably by the end of, my time here, here while he's cutting my hair. And lo and behold, I did. So we were talking about the game, and we were talking about how Missouri, basically, they exceeded pretty much everybody's expectations. For those of you who don't know, Missouri is now part of the SEC, which is, widely considered the best conference in college football. And, for them to make it to this game, and this game is for the SEC title, in their first season, as members of the SEC conference, is absolutely remarkable. Last season, they were, after last season, they were actually predicted to finish, maybe 5th or 6th in the conference, and to actually, at that point be undefeated, within the SEC, and to be playing in a title game against the number 3 ranked team in the country who actually has a chance to go on to play for the national title is actually absolutely remarkable. And so, they didn't listen to the critics. They didn't listen to the naysayers. They didn't listen to, people that doubted them, but they exceeded expectations. And, I have to ask you this, looking back over your life, can you really say that you've exceeded expectations? I can only speak for myself when it comes to this scenario, but when I think back over my life and I think back to how, I was someone who grew up, I had a learning disability. I was someone who was diagnosed with lead poisoning at an early age. And I remember when I was in grade school and I had to, go to remedial reading courses and, because my comprehension wasn't, I guess you could say, up to standard, so to speak, but once I got that wake up call, I basically, I took action and I really started to, learn skills to, help me, get better, as far as being able to be more effective as a person. And, it actually helped me learn how to articulate and eloquate myself, to the point now where I was actually able to, graduate high school, graduate college. And, now that I'm having success, running my own business and being part of a community, being part of a team that, is able to, help me tap into, skills that I didn't even think I possessed, so I can definitely say that I exceeded expectations, but the question is, looking over your life, ask yourself, have you exceeded expectations? Are you exceeding expectations? And if you're not exceeding expectations, why not? Because the thing is, I learned how to set expectations for myself. I'm not worried about living up to people's expectations any longer. And the term in there that I just stated that's really indicative of, why this video is being shot is the term anymore, because there was a time where I was focused on living up to people's expectations, and it really made me, it made me bitter. And, at one point, I was very naive, wet behind the ears, and it helped me as a child because it allowed me to avoid, certain pitfalls and so forth. But as I became older and became an adult, it really handicapped me because I lacked certain experiences, so to speak, and I wasn't, prepared, for the abundance that I'm going to receive in the not so distant future. So for those of you who, have, pretty much been in that place where that, expectations have been put on you, and, you pretty much have spent, too much time worrying about what people thought of you, worried about, what people expect of you instead of, having your own expectations or living up to God's expectations, then, I highly recommend that you just make this today, starting now, to stop focusing on what people expect you to do and just start living the life that you was purposed here to live. And, if you're someone watching this and that you deserve to, be a blessing to others and, are willing to pay it forward, and you're willing to, think outside of the box, then I challenge you to connect with me. I challenge you to click the link below, or should just shoot me an email, because, the reason I say that is because I have had the privilege and the honor of, being part of a community where I don't have to worry about people's expectations. You know, as long as I'm focused on achieving my goals, achieving my aspirations, achieving my dreams, and making my dreams come true. And so, you know, I'm thankful for, you know, being part of a team. You know, we have a team goal. We have, you know, a plan of action. And the training that I've been able to receive has helped me grow by leaps and bounds throughout this year, 2013, and going forward, because it has been a phenomenal year. There have been ups and downs, just like anything in life. You're going to have ups and downs. But the thing is, I've learned how to respond to those valley experiences. And I've learned how to appreciate those valley experiences, because all it does is just enhance my testimony. All it does is just be able to, allow me to give encouragement to those who may be going through, and understand that, hey, you don't have to give up. You don't have to be, you may be thinking about giving up, and you might just be on the verge of a breakthrough. So if I'm able to, help you, if my team is able to help you, push forward, because your goals are at stake, your purpose is at stake, your dreams are at stake. And if you're not willing to fight for your own dreams, then don't expect anybody else to connect with you. And because I'm willing to fight for my own dreams, I've been able to, attract a lot of good people. And I'm just thankful for the team that I have, and the team that's growing, and the community that I'm part of, because the community that we're part of is just absolutely phenomenal. It is absolutely, it's just a breath of fresh air. It is just, when you are dealing with, setbacks in life and dealing with the monotony of negative people, it's refreshing to be able to connect with the community of like-minded individuals who will encourage you to go after your dreams wholeheartedly and unapologetically. And it doesn't matter if you ever met them before a day in your life, or if you're someone that only sees them, every 90 days at a company event or something. It doesn't even matter. Or if you just talk to them on a regular basis throughout social media, because there are so many members of our team that I'm so close to. I'm closer to them than people in my own family, and it is what it is. But I definitely challenge you to click the link below. Join the team, because we all are about success. We all want to be successful. And when you are connected around successful people, you have no choice but to be successful as well. But you have to get out of your own way. You have to be willing to take the step. You have to be willing to listen. You have to be willing to be coachable. And, last but not least, you have to be willing to exceed expectations. And, you can't worry about the expectations of others, but you definitely have to live up to the expectations that you have set for yourself. And if you have not set an expectation or set a standard for yourself, make this the day that you start to live by a standard. Make this the day that you start to live life with a purpose, because we all are purposed here to do something, and we all have the ability to be great. Most of us just have not tapped into it. That's what separates the men from the boys and the women from the girls. So if you're someone that wants to tap into it, click the link below. We'll see you on the other side. Peace.